Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to the Dhamma in 5 minutes. Yesterday we had taken why do we struggle? Is life full of struggle? That is what we took as a topic. Actually, the struggle is happening because we want certain things to work as per our expectation or as per our liking, not realizing that nothing can go as per our liking. In Pali, this is called as viparinama. That means parinama means as expected. Viparinama is that which is not expected or against the expectation. Let's understand where the expectation comes from. The expectation comes from the sight, the sound, taste, touch, smell, and thought. There can't be any other thing we are expecting. And this gets connected to the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and the mind. So, mind then brings both of them together through consciousness. So, consciousness is the one which will attach the particular object, say in this case, sight, with the eye, and the mind analyzes it, which is called perception. And when we have perception, we have feeling that something is arising. So it can give us two things. One, liking because we want it. Second, we don't want it. So both causes stress because we don't want and hence we reject it. We want, hence we want it more and more. So the craving sets in for both, getting rid of something and aspiring more and more. And that is when the expectation takes over. That is, I expect the thing what is there in my mind, that is the sight, sound, taste, touch, smell, and thought, to be retained as it is. And hence we struggle. So yesterday we looked at, we compare and we compete. Two things. Comparison is again with sight, sound, taste, touch, smell, and thoughts. And competition, if we were to talk, I want to be ahead, let's say, in sight, in sound, in taste, in touch, in smell. And in Pali, this is called as ayatana, means sense basis or sense sphere. So first and foremost, we need to understand where the expectation comes from to get relief from that. So the suffering, if at all we call as the dukkha, is not in anything but in these six senses. So the first thing we need to learn, if at all we want to be happy, is to control these six senses from the sense objects. That means we need to ensure consciousness does not go out. So the practice here, the meditation here, is to understand the nature of things. The nature is that it is anicca, which means it arises and passes away. The sight arises and passes away. The sound arises, passes away. The taste arises, passes away. Like that. Dukkha, because it passed away, we want it back. Whatever has gone, I want it back. And if I want it back, there's no way to get it back. It will take its own sweet time for the same event to occur. So there is stress, there is an anxiety for that to appear. So every time I see something like I'm seeing now, I'm seeing the place. Every time I'm hearing something, every time I'm tasting something, I want to recognize. And when I recognize, I feel. And when I feel, I perceive. And then I know, oh, I'm talking to my wife, I'm talking to my friend, I'm talking to my son, I'm talking to somebody. or I'm going here, I'm going there. All of that is happening in the mind with these five senses. So we need to learn the art of constricting or restricting or restraining the senses going behind sense object. So anicca, dukkha, anatta. Anatta means non-self or no personality. The eyes doesn't have any personality by its own. The ear doesn't have. The nose doesn't have. The mouth, the taste doesn't have. The body doesn't have. Neither the mind has. But the consciousness knows all. So because the consciousness is going away from what it should be doing, we are understanding the consciousness and bringing it back. So the senses don't run behind the sense object. And hence the struggle is over. So Buddha Dhamma, in short, teaches step-by-step process on how to understand the senses, how to understand the elements or the dhatus, also called as qualities. So there is earth element or earth quality, water element or the water quality, air element or the air quality, and then the fire element is the fire quality. And then we have the space element and the space quality. Consciousness also has quality. It recognizes. So taking that, we totally understand what needs to be done and create necessary condition for restraint. So when the senses are restrained, remaining things can follow. So that's the first step of ending the struggle. So let's do our best to restrain the senses from moving into sense object. And I welcome every one of you who are here to practice along with me to start restraining the senses. One easy technique I can provide you, those who have gone into Vipassana by Goenka, it's a good technique wherein you watch the breath coming to this nostril and just be with that. You will find the sensation appearing across the body and observing that sensation, just observing it, not letting the mind go anywhere, you are restraining the senses. So we can use Vipassana along with Samatha, tranquility, Vipassana, and the third one, Anupassana, which means deep dive. Get into the root of things. And when we do all of those three things, the struggle is over. Thank you so much for being here, and look forward for another session where we'll take another topic and do it. But don't forget to subscribe to the Dhamma channel so that you will get more of these updates. Thank you so much.